Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Black Ice with me, Alpha Pi Omega and Turkey. So today we are going to use the console to change the way things work. I don't usually do this and I hate doing this. I hate messing with the game like that because I consider it cheating to a certain degree, but I'm hoping that in this case you guys will not be mad at me because the game is not really giving me enough tools to actually work with this in a reasonable way. There are no additional options that I can pick here to actually boost our support for the fascists. You saw that we're getting a little bit extra support right now, but it's just creeping very slowly, and the fascists are the most popular party anyway. So at this point, I really think they would take over the power in the country, by force if needed to. If there was a way how I could start a civil war here, I would really do it. But the fact is that our stability is just too high, and I have no really good way how to do it because for some reason banning the democratic parties is disabled. I don't know why. I would do that if I could, but I just can't. The actual choice is disabled for me for some reason, and the prerequisites are blank. So I have no idea what that is. So what we're gonna do here is I'm actually going to open up the console, and there is a command that says add party popularity, fascist, and you say how much you want to add. So I'm gonna add 17, and that should add 17 to popularity. Yep, so we get now 50.51, and you can see that the popularity is actually dropping at this point. So at this point we wouldn't be able to even do that. The game wouldn't allow it. So let's go with the ultranationalism, which is the next step on our way to join the Axis. It's gonna take 12 days. And once it's done, we are going to, if I'm not mistaken, take over. What's the outcome? Yes, they will become the leading party. So let's consider that our actual coup. And then we have the Court of Fascists. Then we're gonna need the Etihad's Germanophiles, and then there's join the Axis. But there's also other options here that we might consider before we do that, because some of these are really interesting, like the ally of the Islamists and stuff like that. We'll see. So let's start with that and have it done. Because I mean, it's already 1943, and you guys wanted me to join it before Barbarossa, which we already missed. But I'm hoping that this is gonna be better. Now, when it comes to Spain, I'm kind of confused about that. There was a question recently about it. I have a feeling that they have... No, they didn't. No, they did. Yeah, they did. Okay, so because Spain is not fascist, they joined the Allies. It's interesting. And that might actually be where... Well, I really hope the Americans are not there, because that would suck. That would really suck. We'll have a hard time fighting in Africa because you can see that they are already moving here, and the British are moving here. And we don't really have a strong enough navy to do anything. Our focus again is gonna be in the Caucasus. Let's hope that we'll be able to do something there. Alright, so let's see what we have here. We finished up the submarine torpedoes. Now, I don't think there's anything else that we can do right now. We could get the Schnorkel, but why can't we get this one? What's the prerequisite? Oh, okay, we need the special project. Man, the game really isn't giving me any benefit, is it? Alright, let's go with the better motor roll. I just want to have this one done. I know we're going ahead of time significantly, but we need it. I need it. We need it for strategic ship purposes. Alright, so we could change... Wait, why are we getting so much? Oh, ruling party popularity. What? Isn't the ruling party popularity 10? Oh wait, it's not a no. We need a VQ change. Oh, it's the anti-democratic rates. All right, that's what's changing, because it tanked our stability, but then it gives you massive VQ bonus. Yep. That's it. Okay, it's gonna take additional 105 days. Yeah, the day we change the drift. We would probably never reach it. This is something that the BICE might want to address, that if you want to do something like this, because they give you the option via the focuses. It just seems like, I don't know, if we did this in the beginning, I mean, I would if I noticed that, and I would probably start with this one to make sure that we have it when we need it. It's kind of a bummer that I didn't, but unfortunately, as I said, I'm doing this blind, or trying to play these blind, so that it's not pre-calculated and, you know, completely wrong. So it leads to some of these misunderstandings. Ultra nationalism. So so we have Yusuf Hikmet Bayur leading us, and our Turan Empire. What the hell, game? Turan Empire. Okay. That... What's that flag? I never heard this term in my life, so I have no idea what it does. Alright, well, the Court of Fascists, changing political landscape. Political power gain is removed. Opposition party support is removed. Socialist party support is removed. Fascism support. Okay, so it just removes the additional bonuses that we have. And Italy wants a non-aggression pact, and Germany is asking for docking rights. Alright. So they should now like me way more, and we could even join the faction. Let me instead see... Oh, we could send volunteers. Okay, that's not exactly what I want, but I would like to see if we can negotiate a license with you guys. Yes, they accepted that. So let me see what we can do here. There might be some interesting things that would benefit us. So we've discussed that we need a better anti-tank. So what kind of anti-tank they do have? They have heavy and medium available. And light anti-tank 2, which is outdated. And it's also weaker than ours. This one is insane. Also costs so much that we wouldn't be probably able to produce it by any reasonable means. Where's our anti-tank? Here. 1.5, 2.5, 8.5, 27. Yeah, that's not reasonably... what am I doing? It's not reasonable, something that we can do. They have heavy artillery. Oh, they might have a better anti-air than we do. What about anti-air? What are we using? Where is it? I'm just curious if we can, you know, switch some of our production to theirs. 11.9. Yeah. That one could benefit us. They have cars. They have most likely a better armored car than we do. It would cost us 3 factories though. And if we wanted to produce the better anti-air... Why are you saying you're outdated? That would be 6. Is that worth it? I don't think so. That's such a small bonus, even for the armored cars. Now, what about the tanks? Tanks are something that I would... Oh my god, they have so many. They have so many. Now, for me, the most important one would be probably Tank Destroyer. We don't want an actual tank of our own. I would much rather have a Tank Destroyer. So I've seen some down here. Tank Destroyer, do they have... Yeah, here they got... This is the actual one that they have now. Hard attack. Jesus Christ, look at that cost though. 59.7. Do we have anything that we could... I mean, if we cut the production of our armored cars, for example, which cost 8, and we cut the production of the motor fighter, which cost 28, we'd still not be able to, you know, produce even... Well, if you produce 1 per day, and it costs 6, you would produce 1 per week. So with additional factories from here, that would be 2 per week. And if we added the white anti-tank, it would be 4 per week, maybe? Would that make any sense even? Do we even have... We do have the tank capacity. How much does it cost? It's a question if this would even make sense for us. If we would be able to steal. Tank production capacity is 7 and we got 8, so that makes no sense. We just can't produce it. Alright, well, that doesn't make sense anymore then. What about something else? Something else. Is there something cheap, like light tanks? Those won't help us much, but do they have the looks available? Yeah, they do. 22.7. It costs 2. No, 5. Damn it. Okay, so we're completely unprepared for this. So I can build a couple of these factories. We can actually start licensing that. That would be a possibility. When it comes to fighters, do you have any motorals? Fast bomber, something. Carrier, Corsair support. Where do you have the motorals? Heavy fighter. Here's the motor. A8. 7. This one is weirdly our defense, our attack. What does it have? 29.1 and 29 air defense, and agility is 60, air superiority is 4. The one that we are producing... Wow, it's so much better. Air defense, air attack, agility. Yeah, it would make probably sense to... Air protection capacity is 6. Aluminum 4. We do have extra... So licensing a fighter would make sense. Because that one is way better than ours. It costs more aluminum. But I think we could... Alright, so let's license that. And... see if we can produce it. Okay, let's accept it. But wait, where is it? Huh? Are we licensing it? Ah, here it is. Alright. So compared to our Motorola, this one is really much better. Even the reliability is higher, isn't it? Yeah, significantly so. So licensing that one is going to be very good. And it goes the same. That's the fun part. And we can even modify it. So if we modify it... we don't have enough for that though, but I can go ahead. I think I could improve the engine. Yeah, that... but I need a little bit more for that. Alright, but I can go ahead and get the maintenance done for now. Motorola A8T. And we can switch it. Okay, so this will be a little bit harsher on us, but we'll be able to do it. Alright, so at least we get the Motorola now. The medium anti-tank, discussed that before. I don't think we have access to it, do we? Yeah, I would need to get it first, and I can add it on my units. I wish we had more factories. Well, we're producing more factories. I'm actually gonna change this now. And just add another... Wait. We still haven't gotten... Yes, non-aggression pact from you guys. We still haven't gotten the... For enable the streamlined line, yeah. Alright. But we did get the factories, didn't we? Oh, I just realized, yeah, they split it in BICE. So if you want to build more factories in your... Yes, we need this, unfortunately. So we'll have to get these ones to get more factories in Istanbul. Alright, never mind then. I can still focus purely on factories by putting them here. Alright, because we will need to up our military production significantly. Antibiotics. Alright. That's what I wanted to hear. So with that said, you are producing the oil refiner input, and I'm gonna switch you now to the military production. Advanced military production. By fully implementing economics of scale, we will significantly increase the speed and efficiency of military manufacturing. Streamlined factory layouts, mass production techniques, and labor specialization will reduce costs and eliminate bottlenecks, allowing us to produce more material in unprecedented quantities without sacrificing quality. Yes, and you will take over the fuel production. Alrighty. And what is... Oh yeah, it's the subs. Oh, actually... Actually, this is wrong. Because we want to upgrade the Murat sub as well. Because we now have... even better, oh god, even better torpedoes. Yes. So I'm gonna put in Murat and Murat. Alright, like this. So this tiny little submarine now has a torpedo attack of 46.7. Compared to 29.7 it had originally. Alright, we just now need to up the production of the Focke-Wulfs, but yeah, they're gonna get to a pretty decent, and they're gonna be really good. They're gonna boost our Motorola significantly. Okay, you guys are done. Sorry about the skip, but it actually gave me a little bit of time to decompress and make some coffee, and I checked on the things that I actually wanted to check on. So, what is that I found out? Well, first of all, I now know what a Turan Empire is. And I'm kind of confused what the Black Ice guys were thinking, because I would have expected it to be, a Turkish Republic or something like that, but not Turan Empire, because that is a mythical, the way I understand it is from some kind of book, Central Asian empire that in some instances reached out all the way to, the territory of Turkey, but its core was around Tibet and, Kazakhstan, and kind of weird to have this here, but all right. I'm not, not entirely confused. I'm just not entirely sure why we turned into this, but fair enough. Like, it doesn't really change anything for us. Second thing, I actually went ahead and I found out what the name for the desert divisions would be. It would be Chul Tumeni. So these are now our desert divisions. I also renamed the ones that we actually turned from Piada Tumeni, which is an infantry division, to Chul Tumeni, which is the desert division. And the only difference is that these ones are actually a little bit more advanced, aren't they? They have the desert support company and logistics and support anti-tank. Yeah, so these are a little bit stronger. Defense are much better, and also on hard attack. Other than that, yes, they are a little bit stronger. Now, I also went ahead and I started to think whether or not we want to get something else from Germany. And the only thing that I actually think our economy could muster is the Panzerfaust. Because that would be better than the handheld anti-tank that we have already researched. And it would be really good. But I really think we'll just dedicate our own resources to researching it. The mountain gun upgrade is going to be done soon. And at that point, I think we're just going to go ahead and get it. Wait, what am I doing? It's just a little bit away, 68 days and 170 days. I'm not going to pay extra factories for that. So let's do that, and let's also dedicate some of our factories to actually start producing, even if we don't want to do it, the U-142 Kiran, just to have some production going on so that we have it on our elite units. And later on, we can actually get it on the other ones. And last but not least, I actually want to upgrade the Focke-Wulf 119 A8T, because I realized that we can add the engine upgrade, and we can also add the THK military industrial organization. So it's going to make the air attack, reliability, naval targeting, agility, and max speed much better. So I'm gonna do that. It's gonna be still a T version, but it is, you still, man, the naming here is just broken. All right, but we're gonna finish this airplane. That is going to be the third prototype, basically, that we have created before we introduced our own changes into it, because I checked that we actually do have, oh, actually it's the second prototype. So we built the first one, then the second prototype, and based on these experiences, we have built or designed the upgraded prototype, well, updated serial version that we're gonna use. Alright, so I think that's all I actually wanted to address at this point. So let's get the court of fascists and, look at how the war is going. Which I'm still not sure about, but we'll see. We'll see. Fuel-wise, we are doing okay. How's the Navy doing? Did we finish? Nope. You guys are just drilling still. Okay, you can actually be attached to our submarines. And you're gonna finish soon, and you will also attach to our submarines. So you will be built on the 3rd of July. I'm really hoping that upgrading this one, because it seems like it's an entirely new upgrade. You're the one, yeah, you're the one that we need to get there, man. Oh man, oh man. But it is what it is. Alright, so the mountain gun upgrade is done. And as we have made sure to mention, next we are gonna go and get the improved infantry anti-tank weapons, which improve the hard attack of all infantry, motorized and mechanized, and then we're gonna get the handheld shaped charge. Arming our infantry units with anti-tank rifles will allow them to take out lighter armored vehicles while maintaining mobility. It would make it slightly faster. I don't think it's worth it. But we're gonna put you on the actual anti-tank then. Alright, the streamlined line is coming soon, which is going to be a great thing for us. And I was thinking if we want to upgrade anything here. Not really. What we could do though is upgrade the Cho to many and give them what did I want to do? Yes, I wanted to look at if we could maybe switch the recon and through I have that. The signal company requires trucks. No, light vehicles. So maybe we could do that. That would give you how much? Let's look at this. Extra initiative, extra breakthrough, extra hard attack, soft attack, recovery rate. Yeah, the organization itself is just useless. However, the reconnaissance here is actually quite a big of a boost. As the breakthrough bonus, the reconnaissance bonus. It makes sense. And it was at this point require us to 1,000 cars, and we would need 60. Alright, let's actually do that. I would like them to be a little bit stronger. And we finished you, the streamlined line. There's nothing we can do here. We actually, did we do the first one? Yeah, we did. Alright, I didn't realize this is the second one. Alright, not doing all that bad. Now the next one has a penalty. But it's not major, because we're halfway through the year. Do you give it just the capacity? Defense works too. And bunker effectiveness, that doesn't really help us much. Attrition, training time, attrition, so that doesn't really change much here. Alright, now the question is, can we build radars? Because radar is very useful when it comes to fighting the enemy. It requires early radar technology. Alright, so what does early radar? It's radio detection, and we need early radar. Okay, let's actually... Well, no, you know what we need to do? We need to get the Humber Recon, or a Humber Recon, because that is something that we have negated for a long time. We'll put the all-purpose ones on it once they are done, but it's something that we have put off for way too long. Actually, I didn't rename it correctly. You're supposed to be 7th. Alright. Sirga. Oh, I forgot to switch you. Damn it. Okay, so I guess we're gonna do the free prototypes. Dang it, I knew I forgot about something. Alright, so you guys are still holding over here. Yeah, they've been pushed back. On a number of places, actually. They're still near Moscow. There's a big... Oh, and they've taken Talindo, so this is a dynamic area. We need to get in. We need to get in there. Court of Fascists. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Give me the last fighter. Okay, now show me how much of a Yes, you completely remove any bonus that we had. How dare you? How dare you? But well, alright. So you got 3, right? Yes, you got the 3. Alright. Turns out our domestic production is not as good as the one coming from abroad. Which isn't really shocking, if we're, you know, completely honest. So I wonder what the Motor Fighter 1944 is gonna bring to the table, if it's gonna be a massive change or not. And is going to be an exciting question. So you're not building anything, but we're building a number of these upgrades. Well, actually, these are obsolete ones. Alright, so this removed the changing political landscape. And what's the next step? Etihad Germanophiles. And then we can join the Axis. Or we can foster Turkic nationalism. Eastern claims. I think we're gonna join the Axis and get the rest of these, which are gonna be very useful for us. But we are going to get them once we join the Axis. This is gonna give us sharing. We can get Claudius agreement. We get free civilian factories, extra bonuses. The fact that it increases civilian factories though is not great. But what can we do? Alright, so let's get this one. And I think I'm going to end the episode here. And in the next one, we are actually going to join the war. It is high time. It is high time. How's the equipment production going? Very well. Which means that you can now turn into too many as well. Get that bread, my friends. You deserve it. Missing equipment production. Cossars upon the white bomber. Yeah, we are aware of that. Yeah, well, the refits, we know about those. I think the anti-air might be pulled out or pulled down, and we can put some factories on, because we have everyone using those, right? Don't we? Yes, you get anti-air, you get anti-air, you get anti-air. Alright, so that is just a supply-demand thing. So let's put the Yilon to Kiran into production. Put it here, anti-air, I'm gonna say 4 factories and put 3 on it. 6.82 per day, that is nice. And we're actually gonna get another factory very soon, so that will go very well. We have very low manpower. Well, what can we do with that? Not much, my friends. Apart from what we're already doing, which is gonna boost us significantly. Civilian works, and the next housing, the foreign labor. Those are gonna give us the manpower we need. Right, anyway, I'll see you next time with Turan Empire, I guess.